Yo, yo, yo. What's up, everybody? It's your boy MM2K back again. I've been missing in action on this channel. We're gonna get into some of the crazy stuff that's been going on and why in a little bit. But man, we got a woo. We got some stuff happening today, right? It just won't end. It just won't end with Stadia. Clutching my heart, Esther. Ain't that how it goes on Sanford and Son? Where's Lloyd when I need him? Lloyd is a big Lloyd of Nerd Nest, aka the Stadia Cast Show. He's a big fan of Sanford and Son. Who is he always clutching his chest to? Is it Esther? I should know because I revealed here a few weeks ago that I got a relative that's on that show. I can't say any further, but was on that show rather. That being said, welcome everybody to Stadia Live Session. This is the open mic forum that we have here on the Stadia Dosage platform when we want to talk all things related to Stadia. I am the host of this particular episode. This is MM2K. If you don't know me and all my crazy blah, 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 blah antics, welcome to the platform because I know we got new people. That's one of the things when you do go over 1,000 subs, you start seeing more people pouring in because it's the algorithm and all that other stuff. With that being said, we got some great talent out here that have not reached that plateau yet, but I don't think that their voices should be ignored. So like I've been hinting at, and I can't, it's hurting me to keep this inside. As we get to 2021, you're going to see a lot more. You're going to have a bigger opportunity to deal with those people. Oh, man. Whoa. I was just thinking about you the other day, brother. Ain't this something? My homie, Alakazam, dang, if I could get phone calls operated, I'd have you call in today, man. I know you're doing your thing, man. Doing your service and we're proud of you, brother. We was just worried about you, man. We're gonna do a wellness check on the good brother. I know you're doing your thing. Shout out to Alakazam, and thank you so much, man, for the $5. Yeah, we got it here, man. We got it here. So I was just saying, yeah, it's time that we give back to the community. I'll just put it like that. We're gonna give back to the community in a major way. This wasn't about and again, I'm not saying this to say that anybody else is doing this. I'm just saying I know there was like some grumblings about, is this platform going to be about us trying to self-benefit, do things for ourselves and all other stuff. That's not even how we operate. The reason why I have started this channel opposed to just adding on to my MM2K channel, because I'd have been at 1,000 a long time ago had I just added to what I've already built up, is because I wanted a platform that not only would talk transparently about Stadia, but that would introduce the promise of it to those that were interested. And then also that would, be a spotlight for those that felt the same way. Now, I think we've checked the boxes off out of 2 out of the 3, and now 2021's coming. We're gonna work on the 3rd. It was never about us. We just had to carry it on our shoulders until we got to that point. So thank you everybody for your support and all that great stuff. With that said, thank you Alakazam for the super chat. Who all we got in here? We got that sneaky Ray Sherrod in the house. The homie Hell Monkey. He said, golly. Yeah, brother. There's some stuff going on today, Hell Monkey. We're going to talk about it. Gondera 6590. Hey, Gondera, and Storm's always there to correct me. If I'm butchering your name, please let me know. You don't deserve that. I every time I get there, I stumble on it, and you don't deserve from the MM2K butcher hack and shack session. So if I'm pronouncing it wrong, please let me know. Raven Anime in the house. He says, you Ubisoft Plus is here, brother. It's not just coming, it's here. Coming today. Yep, got you. Shout out to the homie Chase, the gaming advocate. He says, good morning, MM. Appreciate you, good brother, as always. And if you're not familiar, please sign up to the Gaming Advocates channel. Chase, drop your link, brother, if you can. If it's not too busy, if you can opine, drop a link to your channel. He's the first half of Stadia Super Saturday. He had to fly solo this weekend. I'm going to get into all that. He had to fly solo this weekend. But he did a hell of a job doing it too. You know what I'm saying? And then we had TSI this week. And I want to talk about TSI too. Because TSI is connected to a lot of this angst that I think that we're seeing in the community. And I think if a lot more people tuned in to TSI, and I'm not just saying that because I'm a panel member of Shameless Plug every other Fridays, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm not saying that because it was created by a great friend of ours, Brian, aka Brian Evolved Gaming, and now it's hosted by another great friend, the Gaming Advocate, aka Chase, as you see him in the chat. That's not, and it also not because it has even more great friends. The homie Eddie, Player One, the homie Megatron, the game streamer of the year, cloud streamer of the year, and of course, Mr. 3090, 6'4", I'm gonna call him Mr. Digits. That's his new nickname, Mr. Digits, Mr. 3090, 6'4". It's not because those are great friends and we have a great show, but there's a lot of information. Like, these people work hard. And I'm not talking about myself, man. Like, if I can pull back the veil and show y'all the work that happens behind the scenes with everybody collecting stories, data, doing research, Cap coming to us, hey, yo, Chase, I need you to, yo, Moss, I need you 6'4", blah, blah, you know what I'm saying? Check this out, da, 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 da. If y'all knew the work that happened behind the scenes, y'all would understand it ain't just about us grabbing a drink and just talking smack for 2 hours or 2 to 4 hours every other Friday. You would know that there was a lot of due diligence and research. We've gone back and forth in those chats. Chase can attest to it, trying to streamline information, and a lot of stuff that you guys are tripping over right now, we've covered there. So I urge everybody, even if I wasn't on that show, I urge everybody, and I'm not even talking about my contributions. I don't want to put anybody on blast or anything like that. But I'm just going to say the podcast collective does a lot of research, and they do a lot of digging, and they find out a lot of stuff and gather a lot of information before it's even globally known. I urge you to go and watch TSI, because a lot of the stuff that I'm going to embellish on today was from TSI months ago. You know what I'm saying? And y'all can save yourselves a lot of heartache by doing that. I highly urge that you do that, because it'll save you guys. And nothing against anybody else. Everybody's doing great work out there, but I definitely want to give a kudos to my panel members, because they really are out here doing due diligence, crafting conversations that are not being held elsewhere. I'll give you a prime example. I know Chase, I hope Chase don't mind me doing this, but Chase was at the forefront. Like, none of us, look, I got to keep it jiggy with y'all, including myself. Nobody was talking about the impact and the implications of South Asia and the mobile market before Chase was. And you want to know where all that information came from? We were having a discussion about Xcloud, and Chase, bam, he was on it. Start throwing in links about the South Asian market. And he said, man, this is interesting stuff. And he took it from there. This is the type of stuff that happens behind the scenes. I don't want to give too much out, because I don't want to talk about it like I'm the one doing it. I am not the one. I am not the broth of the sauce when it comes to this. You know what I'm saying? Chase is definitely one of those people that's out there pounding the pavement, finding his data, right? And we're coming across like hold on. What was that? Chase? Damn. The thing about, okay, I'm glad that Jack Buser came out there and reiterated that Stadia was working on 400 games. But that came from a NASDAQ article that came from a speech from Phil Spencer, which came from Chase again in his due diligence. We was talking about this when Chase, but I think we was talking about this in February, March. And I'm glad Jack Buser came out and reiterated it to the world, but we were talking about that February, March, not November. So do yourselves a huge favor. TSI is a great part. I'm just blessed and fortunate enough to have been asked to come on the show. There's a lot of great pavement pounding and due diligence that's done. Do yourselves a humongous favor. Start watching our show. If you can't catch it live because you're in a time zone where it's too late, clip that, subscribe to that. It's on Chase's channel right now. Y'all doing yourselves a huge disservice by not catching a lot of the content. Eddie Player One. Eddie hits you live on the air. Boom, I just caught this. Boom, I just caught. You know what I'm saying? A lot of due diligence, and I'm not saying nobody else is doing it, but you got a lot of it happening with a lot of information that people aren't even talking about at the time, that a lot of people don't catch up on until later. You got that happening real, live and direct on TSI. Do yourselves that favor and do not miss out on those opportunities to be at the forefront as information unfolds. That's basically what I'm trying to say. So, why is my thing saying upload logo? We got Raw Nail in the house. Yo, Raven Anime. Oh, you know what, Raven is acting goofy whenever you put the avatars or the emotes in there. When I pull them up on here, it doesn't. It just gives you the verbiage. Gandara 659 is US only right now. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that. I don't want to get too far into the muck and the weeds. We got Zogic in the house. He says, thank you for your service, Alakazam. Ray Sherrod says that. Ray Sherrod says, love me some MM2K. Hey, man, I love you too, good brother. I love you too, good brother, man. One of the best out there, definitely. And if you're not subscribed to Ray Sherrod's channels, I'm not letting you off the hook unless you're subscribed to all of his channels. This guy works hard and does great content. All right? Definitely show him some love and some support. Drennan says, I might be here, not sure yet. I got you, brother. I appreciate the support nonetheless. Charles Aran says, wonder if Stadia has any surprises this week. Man, they got me clutching my heart already. KD says, Stadia Dosage news, where is Project Storm? I made him a dope YouTuber. Oh, for real? I'm going to let him know. Project Storm has to do work in the morning, so he's normally not available till like 2 p.m. He might be able to pop up in here though. He might, because we're gonna be running this, till a little bit before 1. So if he pops up in here, just keep an eye out for him. If not, DM him. He has an open door policy. You know what I'm saying? Cloud Gamer 201, absolutely, brother. Go ahead, plop that. You know how we do here. Plop that channel in here. Mr. 3090, hey yo, that's Mr. Numbers. Man, he put together a rocket ship. Killing it on that Cyberpunk. I like Mr. Digit that sticks. Victor in the house. Victor, what's going on, brother? Chase confirms it was early 2020. Yep. TSI is a hell of a show. And like I said, I'm saying that without me, but they don't even need me there. I'm just there creating crazy antics. These guys really go through the nitty and gritty stuff, man. They're really doing it. And I'm not, and don't get me wrong, I love being on that show, but I'm just saying the creme de la creme of all the research and the information, man, they're killing it. They're killing it. Don't do yourself a disservice. Sean L in the house was good, my good friend. Thank you very much for the support and showing up here. Casual Gamer was good, guys. Stopping by to show some love. Thank you. Okay, I think we're ready to get started. And also, I'm going to highlight what Nightbot is saying right here. If you didn't know, please visit our new game streaming site. If you want to see games like us playing this, Cyberpunk 2077, and all its beautiful Stadia glory, that's getting all the accolades right now. Sub and definitely share to the Stadia Dosage game streams. We're going to have giveaways and stuff like that there too. This is a lot of great stuff coming in 2021. You definitely want to be part of that. So go there, just go there, subscribe, just be ready for the notifications, especially with this Ubisoft Plus coming. Let's talk about that. But before we do, the Alakazam says, getting my new Stadia controller and CCU when I got Cyberpunk. I hope this new CCU works. My controller always disconnect when I play. Oh, that sucks, brother. That sucks. I hope it does work too, man. Definitely. All right, y'all. Let's get into it. Some breaking news happened. Oh, yeah, and y'all definitely, matter of fact, I'm glad I said something. Let me do this. Let me drop. Y'all know how I got to do. I got to let everybody know in the Discord know that we're live. So let me go here. Who's this? This is your live. Okay. No, my live video. Shout out to the people out there on Facebook that are watching this too. Love y'all on anywhere where y'all are showing support. I love y'all, man. Definitely can't do this without y'all. All right, let's now go to the homies at Triple B. 21, and he the only one. He's sitting there alone in the thing. I should go mess with him, but I ain't gonna do that. I ain't gonna mess with the homie 21. All right, y'all. Real quick, let's get into it. Hey, we can't get it rocking without Amador and his hate, man. His hate just energizes me. But I heard Stadia died this morning. Hey, man. Yeah, let's talk about that real quick as we're still building up more people, because I want everybody to be part of this discussion, because this is going to be an open mic. I really want to get your engagements on this. Yeah, so I woke up. I normally don't wake after I drop my wife off. I normally stay up. Like, I usually get back to the house like around 4:30 in the morning, and I'm normally up the rest of the day doing work stuff or getting work stuff, taken care of, and then chopping videos or playing games, whatever I do, until it's time for me to pick her back up. And then I brush off with some more gameplay or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I took a nap today. Well, I took a nap because my weekend was crazy. And I had a little bit of time before I had to get up and do some work stuff to show that, hey, I'm working. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't get in trouble. When I woke up to the news that first and foremost, Stadia was down. Now, I'm going to be real quick about this, and then y'all give me y'all thoughts. Tell me what y'all think about this. This is why I tell y'all that, believe it or not, it's great for us to gauge and see how Stadia is stacking up in its long-term goals. You have to have milestones. With anything that you're trying to do that progresses, that grows, if you don't have milestones, I don't know how the hell you're gauging your performance and your success and your progress. You got to have milestones. You got to have a point to say, okay, by this time, we're looking to have this completed, or whatever the case may be. That's for any project. Anyone that's done project management knows all about that, right? One of the most fundamental things. I argued in the latter part of this year that I just don't think that Stadia wanted to be this big blowout thing. I do think that at the beginning of the year, they were looking to have more participation, rather, than they did have. And they underperformed at launch. Yeah, I believe that there was a lot of people that, saw the shenanigans of launch and left the platform alone. Now, did a lot of those people come back now? I believe so. I was almost one of them. I believe it. I told you guys the story 1,000 times over. I was almost one of them. I almost let the pressures of the outside world and everything that people were saying and the memes about, remember the one guy that was playing Stadia and all the other stuff? I almost let that get to me, and I was going to cancel my order And thankfully, it was too late. They had just shipped it out. And true story, I'm not lying. They just shipped it out. Amonor with the $5 said, stop fooling around with Cyberpunk Stadia. Buy the base, man, please. He's stupid. Amanor's crazy. He's a sick puppy. Sick puppy. He's still stupid. Hey, Tom, hey, Amonor, you got to go to your media friends, bro. You got to call up Tom Warren and tell him to get back with the program because him and The Verge, you think that they was Stadia Dosage 2 or something like that, bro. They talking more positively. I've seen them on the corner of the boulevard more than I have this past week talking good about Stadia, man. You better call your homeboys up, tell them to get with the program and bring back the hate. I'm just playing with you. But anyway, so I almost fell into that Ghibli-gook with all the rhetoric, and it was too late. And I'm glad I did because when I popped in Destiny 2, I was amazed, and the rest is history. The rest is history. You know, it came from being something that I was like, ooh, now I get to, because that was always a dream of mine, is playing Destiny in 60 frames per second. That's kind of me, my brother, and a friend of his that's a programmer. We had a falling out because during Destiny 1, when we all three of us had our 360s and we were playing Destiny 1 on there, we were all going to continue to play Destiny on our 360s. And then we had created a little faction called the Old Dirty Blasters. Go look us up. We exist. It's a faction out there called the Old Dirty Blasters. Me, my brother, and programmer friend, right? So we go out there, we're playing it on 360, and then I hear the news that Destiny is splitting off. Like, if you want the new content, you got to buy the next gen consoles. They're no longer supporting the 360 and the PlayStation 3 with the new content. You'll still be able to play the game on the older software, but for the new content, if you want, and then it's going to create two totally different saves. So there ain't going to be no cross saves at some point. So I said, oh, the hell with that. And I wasn't planning to buy a next gen system until Division 2 came out. So I had made this pact with my brother and his friend, and I went and bought the Xbox that holiday that was coming into effect, where you could still get Destiny 2 for free, I think it was, right? Was it that you could get it free or was just cross save? I think you could get it free. You could get the next gen version for free. Or maybe I had to buy it. I can't remember. What happened. But anyway, the cross save thing was only up until a certain time, up until I think like March or something like that of 2014. And so was it 2014 or 2015? I think it was. So then that subsequent year, I went and got, or that holiday season. Yeah, it was 2014 that I bought it. Because in 2015, that's when they was going to stop the crossplay. And once I started playing it on a new system, it looked and played so much better. I never went back, and then I broke the pact, and they was mad. They was like, hold on. They're like, what is you doing? And it wasn't crossplay, it was cross save. So I couldn't play with them. The only way I could play with them was on the 360, and the visuals was just too good, and I wasn't going back. So, but it's always been a dream of mine to play Destiny 2 or any Destiny game at 60 frames per second. And I didn't want to do it natively on PC for a moment because I wasn't invested into it. So when Stadia came out, and even though I wasn't at the time that invested in Destiny 2, by me playing it, I got interested again. I was playing it for a while, trying to, catch up. And then Borderlands came out, other games came out, and I lost my interest. But then once I got to play it, that's when the magic started. Let me see here. Let me get caught up here. So yeah, Mark Pagan says, Stadia didn't shut down. I was playing all night. In fact, I'm still playing Cyberpunk. In certain regions, it did shut down for a lot of people. It probably wasn't like everywhere. I learned in Cyberpunk that it's because of the reptiles from Antarctica. Cyberpunk 2077 is dated according to its style and gameplay, but I'll keep on playing until I'm bored. Absolutely. Like they try a whole bunch of jargon. Do as extra did this before. You know what? And again, I gotta say to my PlayStation brethren, y'all gotta quit it, man. A lot of this is coming from that region. I was arguing. Y'all saw me arguing with somebody last night about it. From the Crumb side, homie Killer Tay from the Roundtable Podcast, from King Thrash and Sick Humor's Roundtable Podcast. Shout out to them. Yeah, they were talking smack, and I just had to throw a little smack down back with them. But yeah, okay. So with this shortage or this outage, what I was saying all along is that Stadia was staggering itself. It was staggering its progress because even though I think Stadia was looking to have like 1 million, maybe 2 million people that signed up for the service and was playing it. And I'm not saying active players. I think that, total. They were looking for up to 2 million people total. And I don't think they got that. I think they got like maybe a few 100,000 at first. Maybe like 200,000 at first. And then as time progressed, Duncan was on Stadia Dosage. Or SSC podcast, and when it hit to 500,000 people that have signed up for the service or downloaded the app or whatever the case may be, and then it's ballooned past that since then. Especially now that you can sign up for the service and you don't even need the app. It's so people, I still get people that come to me and look at the app and say, well, the app only has this and you don't even need the phone app to sign up for Stadia. That's long gone. Now you need the app to do certain type of things, certain type of purchases. And if you want to sync up your game to your CCU, but if you're playing directly on the PC, you don't need it. Don't need it. So with that said, I think they wanted to maybe have like a couple million max. They got a couple 100,000. I think they've gone past a couple million, not active users, but people that just altogether signed up for the service. I'm very confident of that, very because of stuff that I've seen, and that is, I believe they've surpassed. I'm even going to go as far as saying that they surpassed how many people purchased the OG Xbox. Now, people may say the OG Xbox, well, it only sold 24 million, and in the first year it only had blah, 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 blah. But for a new platform, very fresh, very new on the scene, it didn't have the star power like the Xbox did with The Rock and Shaquille O'Neal. It didn't have a Halo type game, even though Baldur's Gate 3 is dope. But you can play Baldur's Gate 3 on PC if you wanted to. But we know everybody don't have the PC capable of playing it. So you would have to get Stadia. But it didn't have that. It didn't have the luster that the OG Xbox had for it to surpass it. And in a time period where new consoles were coming out, for it to get this fanfare, it's phenomenal. But I brought up all that to say this. The reason why I think Stadia was not looking to jump out of the gate and compete is because of one word: capacity. Capacity. They just simply didn't have the capacity. That's why I think that you saw the more laxed approach, not making too many headwaves. Did they want the negative press? Probably not. Definitely not, rather. But did they want to be the tell-all, be-all, and have everybody just rush? No, they didn't have the capacity. And they didn't have the capacity so much even towards the latter part of 2020. Why do you think that the good stuff was created? 3 days of 5-minute videos in 3 different days where demos were staggered? That was a stress test of the system. They didn't have the capacity so much to even just drop demos all at one time. They're still growing the infrastructure, even though it is very impressive from where it's at right now. But it was all about capacity. And we saw that with Cyberpunk. When Cyberpunk hit the scene and everybody was playing it, and people started refunding their purchases on the crappy console versions, and they were coming to Stadia, it bogged down the network. Chase also discovered for us via TSI that when he was having his problems, he discovered that what was happening is as one server set a server cluster or location was getting overloaded, they were bouncing people to other servers. So your ideal server, like my ideal server, may have been in Virginia somewhere, and they probably bounced me to Maryland instead because that server was being overrun. Can you imagine with that happening? Can you imagine? Now, this is Cyberpunk, and don't get me wrong, Cyberpunk is huge. But can you, we sit there and say, hey, look, we need Fortnite on air. We got to get Fortnite ASAP. We need Call of Duty on air. Get Call of Duty, get the free-to-play Call of Duty on air ASAP. Can you imagine if Fortnite, if Google just said to hell with it, these people are right. We need these games on air immediately. And Google went out and signed massive deals, just wrote blank checks, Microsoft style, we're going to buy Bethesda checks. If they went and bought Fortnite, Call of Duty, and had Cyberpunk dropping all within the same 6-month period, do you know what that would have done as far as capacity is concerned? And how bad it would make the platform look. We're going to talk about it later, but I mean, it makes us, the founders and the people that have been in the community, a little giddy. Stadia got overloaded. But we don't want this to happen too much, right? Because then it's going to hit the airwaves. See, cloud gaming, see, it's not stable, see. You know what I mean? We don't want that. So you guys and gals gotta understand that you can't just you can't just grab a whole buffet tray and just throw it at the wall and say, we gotta get this ASAP. There has to be milestones and measured approaches to this stuff. And there's a method in the madness to why Stadia is doing what it's doing. And it's all because of one word: capacity. In due time, they will write the check and Call of Duty will come. In due time, they will write the check and Fortnite will be there too. But it's all about getting the right capacity, hitting that right tone, having the right game, make your platform look good, look better than hardware. Where it got some of these silly headlines about, Stadia surprised me. Like, get your behind out of here. It's surprisingly good. Shut up. Doom was great on Stadia, just like how it was on the Xbox One X, besides some little jaggies here and, some silly stuff here and there that the average user is not going to notice. Borderlands, when it released, was better than its console counterparts. The 4K on the X may have looked a little bit sharper, But I'm talking about, see, when you talk about performance, you're talking about how smooth the game feels. And at the time that Borderlands released on Stadia, it was still a choppy mess on consoles. It was so bad that the performance mode looked better than the quality mode. With the quality mode, you were getting like 15 frames per second. With the performance mode, you were getting around 30 frames per second. Stadia only had the real, true, definitive version of Borderlands 3 until Borderlands went to the next-gen consoles. But not only, but my last example, Division 2. Division 2 is such a marvel on Stadia that Digital Foundry, even though in their rebut video, or not rebut video, but the redo video where they had to take back all the stuff that they said in the original Doom video that they got all wrong, where they still got stuff wrong, even they had to say, this mode that we're seeing only on Stadia is a mode we need to see consistently on hardware. They said that, not I. So we knew what this platform could do. Now the world knows. And there's nothing to be confused about except for why the media said what they said. And again, decisions have consequences. That's all going to fall back on them in due time. It's just that we felt it was important to let gamers know, so gamers didn't feel comfortable with these sources that can't even get it right, that can't get the main stuff right, like Inside Gaming. Shout out to them for coming out and admitting that they've dumped on Stadia. They still can't, we hate the business model, whatever, fine. Well, your opinion, you're entitled to it, but your misgivings are a reflection, not on Stadia, but a reflection on you. Point in hand, our good friend, David Jaffe, creator of God of War, they were talking about how Stadia is surprising people with Cyberpunk 2077, and they referred to David Jaffe, the creator of God of War, as a YouTuber. They said, YouTuber David Jaffe. And that is a reflection of Inside Gaming. I know I should let this digest a little bit. YouTuber Dave, I mean, in the way that they said it, like that's the apex of what this guy's accomplished. You're supposed to be a major gaming outlet, the creator of God of War that happens to do YouTube now, chimes in on something, and you refer to him simply as YouTuber? The creator of God of War. Now one of the most legendary series out there in gaming. That just proves to you that Inside Gaming doesn't do their due diligence, and outside some chuckles and some entertainment maybe, you shouldn't rely on them. That's why channels like ours and your efforts are so important, because we help point that out to people. Because the unsuspecting gamer would not be the wiser. They would say, these guys got a lot of followers. They talk about gaming news and they elaborate on it. They must know what they're talking about. No, they don't. The fact that they referred to David Jaffe as YouTuber David Jaffe just underscores everything that we've been saying and what we've been doing along with you on this platform for the last 13 months. It just solidifies it. But with that said, I'll take that from them that they're giving the platform kudos. But again, when I say things like be Larry, don't fall for it from these entities. Don't fall for them being a reliable source of information. I will take the kudos. I will take the accolades, but I'm still not subbing to you and relying on you for information. Don't fall for the fact that they're just saying nice words about Stadia as now them becoming a reasonable source for information. It's not about them just saying nice stuff about Stadia. I don't always say nice stuff about Stadia. It's just about them getting facts right. And when they don't get facts right, but yet they still get rewarded with clicks and all this and ads and all that other stuff, that does journalism, that does the passing of information to you, the person that is looking for information, that is thirsting for information, it does you a disservice. So again, I'll take the kudos from Inside Gaming, but they still got a lot of work to do there besides just clicking and pulling stuff out of the air because they didn't even know who the hell David Jaffe was. And for you to be that embedded in gaming, that is a no-no. Now, David may not say that. Just knowing David, just knowing of him, of his mannerisms, the few times that, I've interacted with him on Twitter, and then the time he came on the Best Damn Podcast and did the show with us and Z, and just, watching him and Z interact and things like that, and seeing the chemistry there, he's a very modest guy. I know everybody doesn't love David. I love him, but he's a very modest guy, and he probably will say, you know what, I am a YouTuber. But it's not about them putting on a pedestal. It was very clear they didn't know who he was. Those are people that you can't consistently or reliably get information from. You're happy that they're giving accolades finally, but you go to news outlets to get what? News. So, just thought I'd throw that tasty tidbit out there. Project Storm is in the house. I know I missed a lot of you guys' comments. My apologies. Stadia is finally getting the shine in the mass media. I'm noticing that because the Cyberpunk 2077 launch is getting that coverage. Also don't know when it happened, but Stadia, Apple, and Android passed 1 million downloads. Yeah, I think that happened about a couple months ago. Gaming Advocate, aka Chase, says solid shot on the capacity piece. Yeah. Chase, I totally believe, man, that would have looked bad, and they knew that. They knew that would have looked bad. They just weren't there at the capacity. And you have familiarity in how these serve, you and Eddie do. And definitely check out This Week on Stadia. Again, it's just some great entities that Brian was able to put together for the Initiative podcast. These people know their stuff. And Chase is familiar with how the server blades will work. You don't just put server blades up there for a capacity of 100 million users. You don't do it like that. You got to start off with a certain number, and as capacity seems to be reaching its max, then you make its upgrades. That's just how it works. I own the OG Xbox. I remember playing the Legend of Kain. Should get the lock games on Stadia. I would love them. I would love that. I've been noticing when I play Stadia Cyberpunk, the game doesn't idle from not moving the controller, so it just stays on until you turn it off. Interesting, huh? Amador, shut up. No. And the homie Project Storm is in the house. He said, yo, what's up, KD? I need to check that out. Yeah, check that out, man. Some dope stuff. All right. Amador is happy as well that the homie Project Storm is in the house. Oh, he took it back and said it was a poor attempt at a joke. Hell Monkey, I don't. When did he take it back? Did he take it back during the video? Let me know. Let me know if he took it back during the video. If he took it back during the video, then I'll take that back. Carlos Jimenez says Ubi should work today. Let me know if he took that back during the video. If he took it back during the video, then I'll take that back. If he said, "Oh, hey, earlier guys, I made this," you know what I'm saying? I don't remember. But if after the video he said, "Oh, I was just making a joke," no, I've watched enough Inside Gaming, Rooster Teeth. No, and I'm not saying this towards you, Hell Monkey. You're just sharing information with us, which is great. I'm saying it just towards him. Like, nah, puppy. I know y'all dry humor. I get your weird dry humor. You know, in the vein of Arrested Development. I know how y'all are. I don't. That wasn't a joke. Shout out to JXR1. He says, "What's good, MM2K? Hey, bro, how you enjoying that Cyberpunk, man? How are you enjoying it?" Sushar Songwon, I hope I didn't butcher that. He says, "How do you know that? What is that?" And he says, "How for sure about this? Are you talking about Ubisoft? Because if somebody can drop the link to him." Oh, it was in the comments after he got dumped on. No, bro. No, hey, Zajic. Hey, no. Hey, I've been following Rooster Teeth for years, bro. I've been following them. I know their humor. I know that dry humor. I know that. It's like on the vein of Arrested Development. I know that humor. Bro really didn't know, because when they're telling like the little slide jokes, there's those faces that they give. And YouTuber, I wish I was on camera. YouTuber, David did a little sly smirk. You know what I'm saying? There would have been something with that. I know the Rooster Teeth inside gaming humor. I get it. Bro was serious. He didn't know who David Jaffe was. And he needs to show some video. They just, look, it just proves to show, or shows to prove, that these gaming outlets just go and just pull stuff. They don't bask themselves in research or due diligence. They just go pull stuff. I'm gonna pull this and pull that and pull that, and didn't know what the hell they was talking about. He says, "How do you guys know Ubisoft was coming today? It was not announced anywhere." No, it just showed up. It showed up in the store. 9 to 5 Google has an article on it. Tushar. So if you go to 9 to 5 Google, they're talking about it. And we're about to jump in it right now because I really wasn't supposed to take that long, 46 minutes exactly, without talking about Ubisoft. But I kind of talked about Cyberpunk, so that kind of helps out in the long run too, because I was going to talk about Cyberpunk anyway. But anyway, okay, so let's get to this whole situation with what do you call it? With Ubisoft Plus. Apparently it's stealth dropped today. I didn't get a chance to check because as soon as I got back from my walk, it was almost 11:30. I had to set the show up and all that other good stuff. So I got ready and I didn't check it out. I've seen some of the screenshots, but a big issue that I'm seeing from a lot of people is that it's only US only. And here's the part where I want to refer back to what do you call it? I want to refer back to TSI. We talked about this. I'm trying to find my cup so I can pour me some of my tea that I walked them 2 miles to go get. There we go. Ah! Dang nabbit. All right. I didn't spill anything. That was just me making weird noises. Y'all know I ain't got all my marbles. All right, there we go. Now, pour me some of my tea. Oh, I did spill something that time. Crap. Here we go. Oh man, I love this green tea. This blend. Oh, it is divine. It is divine. Anyway, so Ubisoft Plus is available. I'm not sure how many games are there just yet. It hasn't been as robust as some of us may have hoped it would be on Amazon or Stadia, from what I understand. Amazon had Luna had originally proposed that when it dropped there, it was going to drop with 50 games. They didn't reach that promise. Stadia never said anything. So, and the fact of the matter is the way that it's going to work, which was something that I thought could be a possibility. I wouldn't say that it was one of my top ways I thought they were going to do this, but the way that it works is you got to sign up for the main service. And I've been on the main service since it launched. And I hope I get something for that. Because I'll be honest with you, I haven't played it much. Now, I've had multiple PCs. I've gone from, in multiple video cards, I've gone from my 1070 rig when I first got Ubisoft Plus. Then I upgraded to my 2070 rig. And then was having problems with the 2070 with games like Ghost Recon Breakpoint. Oh, my God. That is horribly optimized. And OBS was a problem. Shadowplay wasn't as good as it is now. Then the video version of streaming wasn't as good as it is now. Didn't have the great capacity, so I couldn't use that. That's when I kind of gave up on PC gaming. And then once I gave up on PC gaming, I said, yo, what am I going to do? And I kind of went back to console gaming, and I was like, oh, this sucks. And then along came Stadia. Shout out to the homie Aminor. He said those gaming outlets need to get with the program or blindly hate Stadia like the media blindly hates Trump. This dude is simple. You better call him up, Aminor. You're supposed to be the grand guardian of the Stadia hate. He said, I'm disappointed I just can't sign up from the Stadia app. I'll probably just stick to buying games. Yeah, to me, that was kind of weird. But see, Zajic, that's a great point that you bring up, because that's a perfect segue what I'm going to go into. I'm going to get to that. Matter of fact, let me leave that up. I'm going to leave that up. So it's not as robust as we thought it was going to be. We thought it was probably anywhere between 30 to 50 games. Luna might be that far, there yet. I'm not sure what the Stadia thing is. But basically what it is that when you sign up for Amazon Luna, when you sign up for Ubisoft Plus with the main service, which is $14.99 here in the States, or with me in Pennsylvania, it's like $16 and some change after tax. Then you get access to the cloud versions of the games. If it's Amazon Luna, then you get access to the games on the Amazon Luna channel. If it's Stadia, just looks like that if you go to the store after you sign up, you can now play the games. I'm not sure. I'll test it out. Now, here is the big problem. Here's where everybody is upset, and this is a perfect segue from kind of to what Zajic was talking about. It kind of fits into this. People are upset because the access for Stadia is US only. And I will say this. I don't blame them for being upset. But from that point forward, that's where my thoughts diverge from a lot of the thoughts and opinions that are shared out there. And relax, I'm not going to sit there and cast doom and gloom on anybody's thoughts. We don't do that here. I here and there I make caution and say, hey, look, guys, make sure you're not going too far off the reservation. But I don't think people are going off the reservation. I just think that they have a different set of opinions than I may have or others may have about who's to blame for this, depending upon where you're looking. And I think the whole discussion is worth having because none of us really know. I want to put that out there. When I share my opinion with you, I don't know, but I feel very confident in piecing some things together on who to blame for this. I'm going to tell you who to blame. I don't think you can blame Stadia for this. I think the people to blame is Ubisoft. I think the people to blame is Ubisoft. But before I get into that, let's do this. Shake Apple, man. Cut it out, brother. Stop it. USA, you're a sucker. Alakazam with the $5. People taking 2 to 3 hours to download games on next-gen consoles on those SSDs are filling up after 3 or 4 games. Plus the updates to Stadia is amazing. Yeah, that 1.04 hot fix for Cyberpunk. Mwah! Perfect. I love it. I love it. But I want to get back to Zogic's point. And Alakazam, homie Project Storm says, Alakazam, you are correct. I want to get back to Zogic's point, though. Make sure I don't lose it. Okay, I'm going to leave that there. I'm going to put a pin on that there. The reason why I don't blame Stadia for this is I get that the sentiment is that Stadia does a lot of things that are too US centric. And that is true. But you got to put things in their proper bucket. There's never been a scenario where Stadia has said, okay, doing early access of being able to play a game or anything playing a game related, this is only coming to our US people only. When it's come to giveaways, yes. And from the Fortune 500 side, I can give you some reasons. I'm not saying these are right reasons, but I can give you some reasons why they could be happening. They fall into one or three categories on why Stadia is doing its giveaways in US only. Number one could be for monetary purposes. Number two could be for technical purposes. And number three could just be for legality, for legal reasons. I'll explain them all. First, the monetary purpose. Because of my interactions with the financial sector, one thing that I'm about to share with you that a lot of you guys may not be aware of is that when you do certain distributions, whether it's financial or gift giving, if there's taxation related to that gift giving, you have to be registered in that state, that locality, that country. What does registered mean? That means that you have to have a tax presence in that state. So, like for instance, let's just say if I had a situation, I have a giveaway, and I say, hey, Alakazam just won the MM2K giveaway, right? So for the next 60 months, I'm going to send him $50 that he can use for Google related products. And Alakazam says, well, you know what? I'm going to be taxed on this. So because I'm going to be taxed on this, I want to be able to pay my taxes quarterly, whatever, periodically on this. I want to be able to pay taxes on that. In order for him to do that, my business entity has to be registered in that region. So I have an option. I can say, you know what? Alakazam, if you want to pay taxes on this gift that I'm giving you, I'm not going to do it for you. Because I'm not paying that fee to be registered in your locale, your country, your state. You're just going to have to pay more on your own. Just say, hey, you know what? I get $50 a month from the MM2K Foundation, and I just want to pay taxes on this quarterly or pay it at the end of the year. But some government entities tell you that you have to be registered in their locality if you're giving away money or awards. And maybe because of that, that's why Google isn't doing this stuff. Now, that's one reason. I'm not saying that's the reason. That's one reason. I've seen it all the time, where if a state, a country, a locality, whatever, forces you to be registered there for tax purposes. And when you're registered, you got to pay that entity a fee. And that fee is usually, you have to pay that fee annually. And depending upon who you're paying that fee for, it may just be pay us a flat $500 a year, or it could be how many potential people could be participating in you giving away a product. And if you're talking about Google, you're talking an astronomical amount of money for them to be registered in that location. So for tax purposes, monetarily, that could be why they're not doing the giveaways there, until they settle that. And the next part of that, and the reason why that's such a bad thing now, and why that's a possibility that, or let me phrase it like this. A possibility on why that bad thing is happening now, and you're seeing it surface more now with Google or anybody in that situation. And again, this is just a possibility. Is a segue into the second part, the legalities of it. I'm not getting into the politics here. I'm just stating what it is. I've seen people joke about it in the chat, but that's true. It is what it is. The current regime that is scripting the laws in the United States, that is in charge of whatever gets passed in the United States in a lot of ways, as far as majority count, have an America First mindset. So there could be an additional taxation based upon an American company doing these giveaways in different countries. See, this is some Fortune 500 stuff that, again, we don't touch or we don't think about in our day-to-day lives. We just worried about give us the games, give us the coupons, give us the stuff. But again, I'm not getting into the politics of it. I'm just saying there is an America First mentality with the majority of the lawmakers that have a seat at the table. And if you're giving away things in different countries, there could be a heavy taxation to it. And there's especially a grudge to bear. Again, I'm not getting to the politics of it with the tech sector. With the tech sector of these a said entity could be going through some heavy taxation. Now, y'all may be looking at that and y'all may be saying, well, how come it's not a problem for Microsoft? How come it's not a problem for PlayStation, which now I think their headquarters are in the United States or something like that? Because Microsoft been doing giveaways. They've probably already been registered in these places. They've probably already established those relationships in these locales already, and they've already got it set up. These type of giveaways and stuff like that is new to Google via Stadia. Like, it's different when you say, I'm bundling in a Chromecast Ultra with your YouTube subscription. That's not a giveaway. It's a whole different type of taxation when it comes to that. This is part of the service that you're paying me. Oh, okay, that's fine. But when I'm giving away something, that sets it off into a whole different tax bracket, whole different set of liabilities, and that could be the issue. And then that segues me into the last part. It could be none of that, and it could just be a technical thing. Because again, the question may come up. Well, why isn't Microsoft or anybody going through this? And I will say this, that Google has what I feel they have an antiquated system as it relates to cross-regional gifting. Like right now, if you're outside of the US, I can't gift you anything but hardware. I can't gift you software anyway. I can't do it. Excuse me. And what could have happened is it either when Google did those giveaways with Juggernaut and Kareem and all those other streamers, that could have caused some problems for them either technically, monetarily, or legally as it relates to tax law, that they said, oh no, our future giveaways right now until we fix this must be US based. It's because of one of those three reasons. Now, am I agreeing with that? Am I saying it's okay that they're using that might be a reason that it's okay that their gift giving system is antiquated to where an MM2K that really wants to buy their product and give it to somebody can't really do it because it's digital? No, I don't think that's okay. But the reason why I pointed that out is because that's different from what we're seeing here with Ubisoft Plus and the allowance of people to play games. Hold on one second. Let me blow my nose. I'll say this real quick. What we're forgetting is that this is Ubisoft's. These are Ubisoft's games. They own how these games are distributed and facilitated, not Stadia, not Luna. They are the final say. So if Ubisoft, and it could be on Ubisoft's counterpart, or Ubisoft's part, rather, excuse me, that the reason why that they're making this US only for Stadia, even though Stadia is, is in different locales, is because there could be a system, there could be a catalyst system that says, okay, the way this works on cloud is there is no Ubisoft Plus graphic user interface. There is no Ubisoft Connect GUI like there is on PC. We're basically saying that if you subscribe to us on PC, we're going to use this algorithm or database to automatically link up to your account and give you access to said game without you paying an additional fee. And that algorithm or that database, whatever the hell that it is that is doing that, they could say, you know what? Right now, we're only comfortable trying it in the US region. We don't feel comfortable allowing it elsewhere outside of US right now. We want to make sure that it is only giving access to people that are subscribed to the PC portion. Or we want to make sure that if you signed up, you get that access. And we're going to roll this thing out. Ubisoft is the ultimate deciding factor on how their games are facilitated. So, I mean, this is just my opinion. I think that any angst towards Stadia because of this is premature. That's just my opinion. I'm not shaming anybody else's opinion, but I've given my reasons why. I think it's just premature. I think we need to do a little bit more research to figure out what's going on because it's very plausible that, again, because of how this thing works, I go sign up on the PC. I got to link and in some cases with Amazon Luna, they told me to put in the code and do all this other stuff. I got to do all this stuff that's spearheaded from the Ubisoft Connect on PC. Based upon what I do from the Ubisoft Connect on PC, it's then supposed to tie into either my Stadia account or my Luna account that gives me access to the game without me paying an additional charge. That's something that's set off by Ubisoft, not by Stadia, not even by Luna. And that thing that tells Amazon or Stadia, let this person play this game without charging them because they've bought it on the PC version. There's a system behind that. And that system is owned by Ubisoft. So I think we just, as disappointing as this is, I don't like this either. I don't like it because, and I'm a U.S. citizen. I can go play Ubisoft Plus on Stadia and Luna. But I don't like my fellow gamers being left out. Like, for instance, Cold Blood Sensei. It's my homie. It'll be a cold day in hell before I get him on Amazon, get him on Stadia. But let's just say if he was. And me and him wanted to run Division together. He didn't buy it yet on Stadia. And let's just say if he didn't have it on PC. He's part of my clan, a clan I used to roll with, or a group of gamers, not a clan, but a group of gamers that I used to roll with. I'm down with the Trash Mob, but I'm saying before Trash Mob, I used to roll with him and other people and play Division. Homie Rageonaut, shout out to Rageonaut. I can't play with my friends globally anymore because of this. This is an Ubisoft thing. Now, people are throwing out there too, well, baby, Luna, has is persuading Ubisoft. Possibly. They did just come out of nowhere and make an announcement of how they're going to handle Ubisoft Plus before Stadia does, when Stadia was the one talking about them the whole time. So who knows if there was a deal inked between Amazon and Ubisoft that said, look, man, we're only operating in the US and we feel that Ubisoft Plus is going to be a big boost for our platform earlier on. We don't want the Stadia version being any better than ours. And that's why, look, y'all, and that's plausible for the simple fact that even though 4K gaming isn't ready on Luna yet, they left open the 4K options on the Ubisoft games. There's a reason why they did that, y'all. There's a reason. They were really leaning on Ubisoft Plus to really propel the platform. And it's not out of the stretches of the imagination that they worked out some type of deal and said, look, we're throwing y'all this cash. Make sure y'all make this available outside of the U.S. on Stadia as well. That's a possibility. But whether it's a possibility or not, I don't think we have enough information to point this to anybody but Ubisoft. They are the proprietors of the system that says, hey, look, they signed up with this on the PC, give it to them free on your cloud networks. They are the ones that hold that. Whether that's a program or whatever it is, they own that. Not Amazon, not Stadia. Focus your angst towards Ubisoft. All right? With that said, we turn it fully over to you guys now. We got a lot up here. Did I get this one? Yeah, I got that one. Project Storm in the house. Cyberpunk 2077, already over 100 gigs. Ain't that crazy? Helicopters and tanks, says Raven Anime. Storm says PUBG will never die to me. Christopher Torres is getting my Cyberpunk Premiere Edition delivered finally. Yes, same here. Zajic, giveaway laws are convoluted around the world, I don't blame them for that. Exactly. This is one thing y'all don't. Let me take that back. I don't want to sit there like I'm on some pedestal, but there's a lot of people. This is something that a lot of people don't understand. You got to be registered, even in the U.S. I got to be registered in that state. If I wanted to give Zogic a periodic, say he won a thing, and I said, Zogic, I'm giving you 50 Google credits every month, and I was sending that out. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Hold on. Okay, sorry about that, y'all. But if I was sending Zogic a periodic distribution and he was like, look, I want to pay taxes off of that. And I'm like, well, I'm not doing it. You have to pay those taxes individually. Whatever state that he's in could say, okay, that's fine. He'll just have to pay him individually because you're not willing to register with us. Or that state could say, you know what? In our laws, if you don't allow us, you have to be registered in order to do that type of business in our state. You better be registered. Because we feel that everybody should be able to get their taxes paid appropriately, and that the companies that have the better capacity to do so should be doing them. And that's why you'll see sometimes this giveaway is not eligible in the state of Delaware, PA. Da, da, da. That's why you see that. There is a reason for that. Every state has its own laws, and if every state has its own laws, every country, every region, every locale has its own laws. So don't misconstrue what's happening with these giveaways with what's going on with game access. That's different. Not able to sign in the Stadia app. Is that what you're saying? Yeah, you can't access this by going to the Stadia app. You got to sign up on the PC. Like, what you guys got to do is go to Ubisoft Connect online, sign up for Ubisoft Plus via the PC. Then once you sign up, there's a tab that says Cloud Access. You hit that tab and you scroll down to which cloud platform you can use or you want to use this for. Now, I've already signed up for Amazon Luna, so I don't know how it's going to look signing up for Stadia, if it's going to let me do both or I got to pick one. You know what I'm saying? If I can only switch every 15 days, I don't know. I still got to see how this works. Alec Kazam says, I don't pay taxes in 2K, so how I get my giveaway. Now, just so y'all are aware, Alec Kazam, I use that as a crude example. Very normally, when you do giveaways, if they're not periodic distributions type of giveaways, that's not going to be a problem. What it could be a problem, though, is as the company tries to write those off, they may not be able to write those off. And what Google probably discovered when they were doing all those giveaways, they were global. Those codes were used. You can use those codes globally. And what they probably discovered is they can't write those codes off. So they probably spent millions and millions of dollars that they can't write off because of tax laws. They're a US-based company. The current regime is America First. That's actually their slogan, America First. I'm not a corporate tax expert. I have familiarity with it. But no telling what type of corporate tax laws are in there that fringe upon something that was normal with any other group. This group probably don't like it. And because it's Google, you know what I'm saying? You feel me? The administration at Google ain't always had the most friendly relationship. So that's why I threw that example out there for distributions, periodic ones or whatever, or just any type of giveaway. There are tax implications that's why I threw those examples out there. And that's not to say that the thing that's going on with Google is that they have to, that, they're not registered in in other regions. That's why they couldn't do it. It could be because of the tax implications of them not being able to write it off. They were giving away codes globally. Now all of a sudden they stopped with Free Code Friday, and they're only giving away one code. So why would they stop unless something happened when they gave out all those other codes before? I just want to put y'all on the frame of mind from the Fortune 500 aspect of it, so you're looking at this from 5,000 feet. Gondora says, I buy pizza from the store and cook it myself in the oven, cheaper that way. He says, well, it should be American first for our country, just like, man, get out of here. Get out of here. And the reason why I don't prescribe to that, because like people said, I've seen in the chat, Ubisoft is a French company. So to continue to see them slight people in other locales, and they have a major headquarters in Montreal, is upsetting to some people, and I get it. Y'all got to talk to Ubisoft about that. Because can you do a giveaway? I missed the Cyberpunk deal. Didn't expect them to end it that early. Mar, yes. Actually, we're going to talk about our giveaway. We got a few moments. I'm going to talk about that. The thing that I don't like is that Ubisoft is a French company, so they should. This is the comment that I saw that they should release Ubisoft Plus in Europe as well as the US. Yep. And I get that. I get it. Cold Blood Sensei is in the house. Things are about to get ugly now. Cold Blood. Is he in the house? All right. So let's talk about the giveaway real quick. We only got a few more moments, but I just wanted to put that out there, is that it's out there now. Definitely give it a try. You got to go to Ubisoft, sign up for Ubisoft Plus. Then go to the cloud tab and switch your access there. Now I want to talk about this giveaway. There's going to be a video coming. We're going to do something new on this channel for a little bit. We're going to be testing some stuff. We're going to do our own beta testing. But trust me, this ain't just for US only. That was a poor attempt at a joke. That's what that guy tried. I guess I can imagine that's how he sounds like when he tried that crap. There was a poor attempt at a joke. No, you got caught slipping. Anyway, okay, so we're giving away just for the holidays. We have some giveaways on the docket, and the first one is a Chromecast Ultra bundle, Premier bundle, right? Yippee! You get that, and the way that that's going to work is here's what you have to do. And Project Storm, I hope you're still in the chat, because I'm gonna need you to drop your link. You have to be following Project Storm on YouTube, because we're giving away this gift on his channel this week, on this Saturday, on I almost said the commission, on SML Podcast. We're going to go live, and towards the end of the show, likely, or sometime during the show, we're going to announce the winners. So in order to even be eligible for this giveaway, you have to be following Project Storm. You got to be following his channel. Okay. Now, in order to get entries to this, you have to you have to call us when we're live. That's how you get an entry. You got to leave us a yappa on pnts.com. And let me see if I can pull that up, the whole yappa link. Or we got a new hashtag. that we would like for y'all to use. And this hashtag is going to be a permanent hashtag. Let me see here. Oh, whoops. I didn't mean to do that. Hold on. Ooh. The hashtag is, let me drop all this information in here. This is how you become eligible. Pete Stevens says, go lay down, old man. I've taken plenty of naps. So when we go live, only the Skype line is 724-739-3612. So if we're live on SML, you got to call in, and we'll let you know when you can call in. If you want to leave it, but see the yappas and the hashtag, you can leave anytime, 24/7. To leave a yappa, you go to pntsnetwork.com /# PNTS main yappa. And you can leave us a recorded voice message or a video message there. Or you can call, or you can go to hashtag SML comments and leave us a comment or a question there. We'll allow 1 entry a day per person. Phone calls get you 2 entries. So, but you can only do phone calls during a live show. So if you want an entry a day, leave us a comment or whatever. You can call us for 2 entries. If you can give us a phone call. Shoot, we might have to do 3 hours, Storm. You know what I'm saying? But in order to be eligible, you gotta be following Project Storm. When we go to pick a winner, we're going to draw the winner live on air. But if we find out that that winner is not following Project Storm, we will draw again. You have to be following Project Storm in order to be eligible for this giveaway. Project Storm just provided the link to his channel right now. That is his YouTube channel. Again, we're giving away a Stadia Premier bundle. But if you want to be eligible, you have to be following Project Storm on YouTube. If we find out you're not following Storm, you are not eligible for the giveaway. I want to make that very clear. That's just eligibility. To put in entries, you either call us when we're live, when the phone lines are open. That'll give you 2 entries. And or you can get an entry a day by hitting up SML comments, hashtag SML comments, or going to https pntsnetwork.com / PNTS main yappa. You do that, that'll give you entries as well. So, and what we might do, I'm just throwing this out there, what we might do is for the yappas, we might make the yappas double entries. We might. So if you can leave a yappa, I would highly suggest that you leave a yappa. Leaving an SML comment is fine, but we're only taking 1 entry per day. And you would probably rather your 1 entry be the yappa, being how we might just double those entries for the yappas, okay? Does that all make sense? Where's Cold Blood Sensei? Oh, there he goes. He says, why are things going ugly because of me and Munar? Because you just an ugly individual. No, he's talking about the fact. Look, Cold Blood, you know Munar is a Stadia hater like you, brother. That's just his way of showing love, man. He's a PlayStation pony and a Stadia hater just like you. We got 2 occupying the same space at the same time. Can you believe it? Now, shout out to the homie Cold Blood Sensei. I ain't seen you in a minute, man. Where you been at, chump? What the hell been up with you, man? I'm gonna wrap you behind the scenes because I'm, we got some things going on Twitch. I want to run some ideas by you. But hopefully that sounds like a good idea. Again, you can leave us a Yappa comment. You can go to SML comments, which use that hashtag. Or when we're live doing SML podcasts, call us to get double entries then as well. And again, I'm going to highly suggest that if you can do it, if you want to do entries every day up until the giveaway, which is this Saturday, you got all the way up until this Saturday to enter with entries. My suggestion is do a Yappa. But if you can't do a Yappa, do an SML comments, and we'll pull the winner from that. All right. My first game, too sure, is going to be Immortals, because I haven't bought it. And the second game is going to be Watchdog Legions, but I'm hearing Watchdog Legions ain't there yet. So that's it, folks. And there's going to be a video dropping tomorrow about this. Storm is going to have a video dropping today, I believe. So I got to go pick up I got to go pick up my wife before she kills me. But with that said, thank you everybody for coming through. I appreciate y'all. Love y'all. More to come on the giveaway. Check out Storm's video. I'll have a video dropping as a reminder as well. And until then, till next time, peace.